from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Plans for a massive data center park in Eastern Henrico will take center stage tonight. We'll have details in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Thursday, April 11th, 2024. It's brought to you today by Speech Connections.
And now for the news.
Those plans will be heard tonight at a meeting of the Henrico Planning Commission beginning at 6 p.m. Richmond developer Horrigan wants to rezone 622 acres located at the southeast corner of I-64 and I-295 in Sandston. The land is currently zoned agricultural, but the rezoning would shift it to light industrial, which would allow the construction of data centers, advanced manufacturing facilities, office space, and other related uses. The case has been deferred 3 times this year at the developer's request to address issues raised by citizens and county planners. Late last month, in an updated review of the case, planners recommended its approval, concluding that the developer had addressed most concerns. Now, the proposal has drawn some criticism from the Henrico Conservation Action Network and some other local residents who want county officials to pause consideration of this case and any others that involve data centers until the impacts of those facilities could be studied more in depth. The Virginia Joint Legislative Audit and Review Commission, or JLARC, is in the midst of such a study, which may be completed at some point this year. Initial site plans from the developer showed a potential of up to 13 data centers on the site, which is located adjacent to the White Oak Technology Park, which contains the only spot in the world in which 4 subsea cables join terrestrial networks and data center management. Some residents are concerned that the proffers from the developer do not go far enough to limit water, energy, and carbon usage. You can read much more about this case right now on our website, henricocitizen.com. Henrico's Board of Supervisors earlier this week approved plans for 4 warehouses and offices in the Montrose area of the Varina District between Williamsburg Road and Charles City Road. A resident expressed frustration about the level of industrial development that has been approved in the Montrose area, which is designated as an environmental justice community by the Environmental Protection Agency. Varina District Supervisor Tyrone Nelson, though, said that although he wished the industrial uses had been more spread out years ago, the area is still home to a diverse group of residents and uses. A number of energy and environmental bills from the 2024 session of the General Assembly met different fates after reaching Governor Glenn Youngkin's desk. Youngkin proposed amendments to 2 bills that would adjust how utilities could recover costs for early development of a small modular reactor, or SMR, from ratepayers. SMRs are electricity generation sources that have yet to be deployed commercially in the U.S. Youngkin also on Monday vetoed 2 bills that would have enacted a statewide expansion of some localities' authority to conserve trees during the home building process and require trees be replaced afterwards. Earlier in the session, Youngkin signed a bill that will create a framework for the state to identify PFAS chemicals in drinking water sources. Those are dangerous chemicals that do not break down over time. You can read much more about Youngkin's actions related to some of these bills right now on our website from our partners at Virginia Mercury. Some occupants of a short pump hotel are being relocated after a small fire there occurred on Wednesday. The fire apparently began in an air conditioning and heating unit in one room at the Candlewood Suites Hotel next to the Tom Leonard's Farmers Market. Occupants of a room noticed smoke coming from the unit and reported it to the front desk, then left the room, which caught fire shortly thereafter, but a sprinkler system in the room extinguished most of the blaze quickly. Firefighters put out the rest. There is smoke, heat, soot, and water damage to the hotel as a result. Speech Connections offers pediatric speech therapy services at their office in Henrico, in daycares, preschools, private schools, public schools, and via teletherapy. Their dynamic team provides individualized and family-centered speech therapy services for toddlers, preschoolers, school-age children, and adolescents. When you work with Speech Connections, you get a team that is ready to provide the highest standard of care while collaborating with families and other professionals. To learn more, visit speechconnections.net or call 804-672-8588.